So for today's chat, I wanted to talk a little bit about how women are mysterioized by patriarchal narratives. Mysterioized, that's just like a word I just like made up right now. But it basically just means to be made mysterious, right? So, first of all, when something is said to be mysterious, what that actually means is the agent, the speaker, is professing their ignorance of something. So, random example, if I look at horses and I'm like, oh, horses, they're so mysterious, they're so magical, they're so strange, and they walk this way and they move this way, and it just, we don't know what it means, and they make this sound, and it's like, and it's so mysterious and magical. Like, what I'm really saying is, like, I don't know shit about horses. If I'm saying something is mysterious, I'm just confessing my ignorance of that thing. So, when we look at how patriarchal narrative talks about women being so mysterious, and men do look at us as if we were very mysterious. They do. It's not women that are mysterious. It's that men don't understand us. Like, and they're made to not understand us, really. It's definitely possible for them to relate to women. It's just, I think it's next to impossible for males raised in a patriarchal narrative to be able to relate to females as people. Because these narratives are narratives that basically other women, right? Like, you turn women into others. And what happens with others is that it's, you are now this thing, and it can happen to people, it can happen to animals. Nature itself, is seen as an other compared to humankind. Patriarchal values have, been determined to destroy or conquer nature in various ways. So that's exactly what it is that once you're seen as an other, it is now made the mission of those who have defined you as an other to now conquer you and control you and use you for whatever means they determine you useful for. So women, being the first others of men, we're seen as not people. We're just seen as like, well, how are we useful to men? Well, we're useful to them sexually, we're useful to them reproductively, right? And then we've been made useful to them performing various domestic type of services, right? So this is like the role that females are born into in patriarchal societies. This is the role that's been created for us, and the fact that we are still actually people is seen as mysterious. Like, the fact that patriarchal culture has tried to make us into these others that serve a specific purpose for men, yet we still continue to actually be people, despite the fact that they've tried to make us not people. They find that to be so fucking mysterious. Like, what are these mysterious creatures? They're behaving in these ways that we didn't say that they could behave in, like. So it's that's really what it is. And these patriarchal narratives have just been like marching on and on. And I'm talking about all different types of cultures all over the planet, It takes on different forms, right? It might look different on the surface, but underneath it all, it's the same shit. It's the same thing that just says women are these others that exist for men. Men get to define them and define what purpose women have to serve men, We don't get to exist for ourselves as people. We exist for whatever utilities men determine we are most useful for. And you can see this same idea in any other type of group of people that's been othered, turned into like, slaves of various types. God put you on this planet for them, and that justifies them utilizing you as like a resource to be exploited, basically. That's the entire mentality that fundamentally defines patriarchy and hierarchy in general. Women are born into this status of other in all patriarchal cultures. And it's not a mystery that women are people. It's not. Patriarchal males, who have been conditioned to see women as others, will, instead of understanding, when they see women behaving as actual people, instead of saying, oh, and realizing, oh, maybe this isn't an other, maybe this is actually a person. Maybe there's like things about this person or this group of people that I can actually learn to understand. Maybe there are some differences, but just like I look at a horse is different than me. It has different ways of communicating and surviving and moving around and whatever, but I can come to understand it. But patriarchal males have been so thoroughly conditioned to see women as not people that when women do behave as people, it's seen as like this weird, mysterious thing that either they are afraid of or they find to be amusing, and they don't take seriously, or both. So when you hear this patriarchal narrative professing that women are mysterious, just remember what it really means. What it really means is that patriarchy and males in general don't know shit about women. They're ignorant of women and women as people, and that they have created an entire society, an entire culture. They have constructed an entire world not knowing anything about women. Like, we live in a world that is constructed by people who are ignorant of our personhood.